Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, ready to embrace the day, perhaps with a cup of tea or coffee, and a sense of calm. But what if the very first things you do, those seemingly innocent morning routines, are quietly putting your heart and brain at a silent, insidious risk? It's a painful reality that many of us, especially as we get older, might experience subtle morning discomforts, a bit of dizziness, a feeling of being unsteadily on your feet, or just a general sense of being less than your best. We often brush these off as just getting older, not realizing they could be whispers from our body, hinting at a deeper vulnerability. For years, the wisdom from experts, including insights often attributed to revered figures like Japan's oldest doctor, has quietly highlighted a profound truth. A significant number of stroke risks don't just appear out of nowhere. They often begin to brew right there, in the very first hours of our day. It's a surprising truth, isn't it, that your morning routine, something so habitual, could hold such sway over your long-term health? In this video, we're going to gently peel back the layers and look at 5 common morning habits that, without you even realizing it, might be subtly increasing your risk of stroke. But more importantly, we'll talk about simple, actionable ways you can shift these habits to better protect your precious heart and brain. These aren't complicated changes, but they are powerful. Stick with me until the very end, because I have something truly surprising for you that could change your mornings, and perhaps your life, forever. Let's dive right in and talk about the very first habit that might be silently increasing your stroke risk. And it's something almost everyone does without a second thought, often because we're rushing or simply haven't been taught otherwise. It's the habit of rushing to get out of bed the moment your eyes open. Or even worse, the instant your alarm blares. Think about it, you've been lying down, often for 6, 7, or 8 hours. Your body in a relaxed, horizontal state. Your heart is pumping blood relatively easily because it doesn't have to fight gravity as much. Blood pressure is typically lower during sleep. Then, suddenly, perhaps propelled by an urgent need to get to the bathroom or start your day, you spring upright. This sudden change in posture from lying flat to standing quickly can cause a phenomenon called orthostatic hypotension, which is a temporary drop in blood pressure. Your body, in its amazing wisdom, immediately tries to compensate for this drop by telling your heart to pump harder and faster, and your blood vessels to constrict, causing a sudden, rapid surge in blood pressure. For younger, healthier individuals, the body adapts quickly, and it's usually not an issue. But for those of us over 60, especially if you already have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, weakened blood vessels, or a history of heart concerns, this sudden morning blood pressure surge, often referred to as a morning surge, puts immense and unnecessary strain on your delicate arteries. It's like suddenly revving a cold engine to top speed the moment you start it. It just isn't kind to the system. This abrupt increase in pressure is a significant risk factor for cardiovascular events, including stroke. So, what's the simple, kinder way to wake up instead of leaping out of bed? Try this when you first stir. Take a moment, still lying down. Stretch your arms and legs. Gently awaken your muscles. Then, slowly roll onto your side and push yourself up to a seated position at the edge of your bed. Sit there for a full minute or two, letting your feet dangle. Take a few deep, mindful breaths. This allows your blood pressure and circulation to gradually adjust to the upright position. Then, and only then, slowly stand up. This gentle transition allows your heart and blood vessels to ease into the day, preventing that sudden, potentially dangerous pressure spike. It's a small adjustment, but its impact on protecting your brain and heart can be profound. Now, once you've gently eased yourself out of bed, what's the next thing many of us rush into? Or even worse, completely skip. It's the second common morning habit that can subtly, yet significantly, raise your stroke risk: skipping breakfast entirely. Or perhaps choosing a highly processed, sugar-laden, or sodium-heavy breakfast. Breakfast, as the name suggests, literally breaks the overnight fast. After hours without food, your body needs replenishment to stabilize blood sugar levels and provide the energy required for the day ahead. When you skip breakfast, your body might remain in a stressed state, potentially elevating stress hormones like cortisol, which over time can contribute to higher blood pressure and inflammation. Furthermore, skipping that crucial morning meal often leads to extreme hunger later in the day, making you more likely to overeat at lunch or dinner, or reach for unhealthy, quick-fix snacks that are high in calories, unhealthy fats, sugar, and sodium. Think about it. If you're ravenous by midday, are you more likely to choose a balanced salad or quickly grab something convenient like a fast food burger with fries or a sugary pastry that offers immediate but fleeting gratification? The quality of your breakfast is just as important as having it. Many popular breakfast choices, like sugary cereals, pastries, processed breakfast meats like bacon and sausages, or even some instant oatmeal packets, are loaded with added sugars, unhealthy fats, and an alarming amount of sodium. Sugary breakfasts cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a sharp crash, which can lead to fatigue, irritability, and more cravings for sugar throughout the day. Over time, these blood sugar roller coasters can contribute to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, both of which are major risk factors for stroke. And the sodium content. High sodium intake is a direct contributor to hypertension, or high blood pressure, which is arguably the single most important modifiable risk factor for stroke. When you consume too much sodium, your body retains water to dilute it, increasing the volume of blood in your vessels and putting more pressure on your artery walls. This chronic strain can damage blood vessels over time, making them more susceptible to blockages or ruptures. So, what's the solution? Prioritize a balanced, nutrient-dense breakfast that focuses on whole foods. Think about starting your day with a bowl of old-fashioned oats with a handful of berries and nuts, which provides fiber to stabilize blood sugar and healthy fats for satiety. Eggs are another excellent choice, offering lean protein that keeps you feeling full and energized without the blood sugar spikes. Whole grain toast with avocado or a small amount of peanut butter can also be a good option. The key is to include lean protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates to provide sustained energy and keep your blood sugar levels steady, making your breakfast a low-sodium affair. By cooking at home and avoiding processed foods, will do wonders for your blood pressure. Preparing something the night before, like overnight oats, can make this healthy habit even easier to adopt, ensuring you're never tempted to skip or grab something unhealthy in your morning rush. So, we've talked about how you gently ease yourself out of bed and what you put in your body first thing. But there's another crucial, often overlooked, habit right at the beginning of your day that can significantly impact your stroke risk. And it's surprisingly simple. This brings us to the third habit, not hydrating first thing in the morning. Think about it. You've just spent 6 to 8 hours, or even more, in bed, likely without any fluid intake. During sleep, your body naturally loses water through breathing and perspiration. By the time you wake up, you are likely in a state of mild dehydration. When you're dehydrated, the volume of blood in your body decreases slightly, and your blood can become thicker or more concentrated. This thicker blood is harder for your heart to pump efficiently through your blood vessels, which can put additional strain on your cardiovascular system. Your heart has to work harder to push this thicker blood around, and this increased effort can contribute to higher blood pressure. Moreover, thicker blood can increase the risk of blood clot formation. Strokes, particularly ischemic strokes, are often caused by a blood clot, blocking blood flow to part of the brain. So, starting your day in a dehydrated state, even a mild one, can subtly increase this risk. It's like trying to push thick mud through a hose instead of clear water. It requires more force and is much less efficient. The solution here is incredibly straightforward. Almost too simple: drink a glass of water, or even 2, as one of the very first things you do in the morning, even before your coffee or tea. Keep a glass of water on your bedside table so it's right there when you wake up. Make it a habit to sip it slowly as you sit up in bed. You can add a slice of lemon or cucumber for a little flavor and an extra boost of antioxidants if you like. But plain water is perfectly effective. This immediate hydration helps to rehydrate your body. Thin your blood slightly. and ease the strain on your heart and blood vessels. It kickstarts your metabolism, aids in digestion, and can even help improve your focus and energy levels throughout the day. It's a small act that delivers enormous benefits, setting a healthy hydrated tone for the rest of your day and actively contributing to lowering your stroke risk. Moving on from hydration, let's talk about another common morning activity that might seem harmless, even private. But for some, it can be a silent strain on your heart and vessels. This brings us to the fourth habit: straining during bowel movements. Now, this might seem a bit too personal to discuss openly, but its impact on your cardiovascular health, particularly your stroke risk, is something doctors are very aware of. When you strain to pass a bowel movement, you often instinctively perform what's known as the Valsalva maneuver. This involves taking a deep breath, closing your airway like holding your breath, and then bearing down. What happens internally when you do this is quite dramatic. It rapidly increases the pressure within your chest and abdomen. This sudden increase in pressure temporarily reduces the blood flow back to your heart, and then, when you relax, there's a sudden surge of blood back to the heart, which in turn causes a sharp, sudden spike in blood pressure. For people with healthy hearts and blood vessels, this transient spike is usually well tolerated. However, for those of us over 60, especially if you have pre-existing conditions like hypertension, weakened blood vessels, or a history of heart disease, this sudden and significant pressure surge can be dangerous. It can put undue stress on delicate arteries, potentially leading to a rupture in a weakened blood vessel or dislodging a clot that could then travel to the brain, triggering a stroke. It's a bit like inflating a balloon rapidly to its absolute limit. If there's a weak spot, it might burst. The key to avoiding this dangerous strain is to prevent constipation in the first place. How do you do that? It primarily comes down to diet and lifestyle. Firstly, ensure you're getting enough fiber in your diet. Fiber adds bulk to your stool, making it softer and easier to pass. Think about incorporating more fruits like berries, apples, pears, and especially prunes into your daily routine. Vegetables, particularly leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, are also excellent sources. Whole grains like oats, whole wheat bread, and brown rice should also be staples. Secondly, revisit the third habit we just discussed. Stay adequately hydrated. Water is crucial for softening stool and allowing it to move smoothly through your digestive system. Think of fiber as the sponge and water as the liquid that makes the sponge soft and pliable. Without enough water, fiber can actually worsen constipation. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water throughout the day. Thirdly, listen to your body and don't rush or ignore the urge to go. Trying to hold it in can make constipation worse. And finally, consider your posture on the toilet. Using a small footstool to elevate your knees, often called a squatty potty or similar, can change the angle of your colon, making it easier to pass stool without straining. This simple adjustment can significantly reduce the effort required if you consistently struggle with constipation despite these measures. It's always wise to have a conversation with your doctor, as there might be underlying issues that need attention. Addressing constipation is not just about comfort. It's a vital step in protecting your cardiovascular health and reducing your stroke risk. And finally, as you prepare to truly face the day, there's one last morning habit that many find invigorating, even healthful, but it could be doing more harm than good for your stroke risk if not approached correctly. This brings us to the fifth habit: subjecting your body to sudden, extreme temperature changes right away in the morning, especially through very cold or very hot showers. Now, you might be thinking, but I love my cold showers for a jolt of energy, or a steaming hot shower helps me relax. And while there are benefits to both hot and cold therapy, the key word here is sudden and extreme, particularly first thing in the morning. When your body is suddenly exposed to very cold water, your blood vessels constrict rapidly in an attempt to conserve heat. This sudden narrowing of blood vessels, known as vasoconstriction, dramatically increases your blood pressure and heart rate almost instantly. your heart has to work much harder to pump blood through these constricted vessels. Conversely, a sudden blast of excessively hot water can cause blood vessels to dilate rapidly, leading to a drop in blood pressure, and then a compensatory rapid increase in heart rate. For younger, healthier individuals, the body's regulatory systems are usually robust enough to handle these rapid changes. However, for those of us over 60 whose blood vessels might be less elastic, or who might have underlying conditions like hypertension, arterial plaque buildup, or a weakened heart, these sudden and drastic temperature shocks can be incredibly stressful on the cardiovascular system. The sudden increase in blood pressure, or the rapid change in heart rate, can put immense strain on your heart and brain, potentially triggering a cardiac event or a stroke, especially if there are already vulnerable areas in your blood vessels. It's akin to slamming the brakes or hitting the gas pedal very hard in an older car. The engine and parts might not handle it as smoothly as a newer model. So, what's the safer approach instead of diving straight into an ice-cold or scalding hot shower? Start your morning shower with lukewarm water. Allow your body to gradually adjust to the warmth. As you become more awake and your body temperature starts to regulate, you can then, if you wish, gradually adjust the water temperature, making it slightly cooler or warmer depending on your preference, but always avoiding extremes. The key is gradualism. If you enjoy the benefits of cold therapy, consider doing it later in the day when your body is fully awake and your cardiovascular system has had time to stabilize, and always introduce the cold gradually rather than with a sudden shock. This gentle approach to your morning shower allows your blood vessels to adapt slowly, preventing those dangerous sudden spikes in blood pressure and heart rate that could put you at risk. It's about being kind to your body as it transitions from sleep to full wakefulness. Understanding that your cardiovascular system needs a gentle start to the day, we've journeyed through your morning routine, from the moment you open your eyes to the start of your active day, identifying those 5 subtle yet significant habits that, according to insights from revered health figures like Japan's oldest doctor, can quietly increase your stroke risk. We've talked about the crucial importance of rising slowly and gently from your bed, giving your body the time it needs to adjust to the upright position, avoiding that sudden, dangerous surge in blood pressure. We then explored the power of a nourishing, balanced breakfast, one rich in whole foods and low in sodium and sugar, to stabilize your blood sugar and protect your blood pressure, rather than skipping it or opting for processed choices that can wreak havoc on your system. Next, we highlighted the profound yet often overlooked simplicity of immediate morning hydration, understanding how a glass of water can thin your blood and ease the strain on your heart, making it easier to circulate. We then touched upon the often private but vitally important habit of avoiding strain during bowel movements, emphasizing how a fiber-rich diet, ample hydration, and proper posture can prevent dangerous pressure spikes that challenge your delicate blood vessels. And finally, we discussed the wisdom of being gentle with your body when it comes to temperature changes in the morning, particularly with showers, encouraging you to allow your system to gradually adjust rather than subjecting it to sudden, extreme shifts that can shock your cardiovascular system. Remember, it's not about drastic overhauls that leave you feeling overwhelmed, but consistent, gentle shifts that, when compounded over time, build a fortress of protection around your health. These aren't just minor adjustments. They are proactive steps, easy to weave into your daily fabric, that collectively make a profound difference to your most vital organs, your heart, and your brain. You have the incredible power to protect yourself, to nurture your body, and to mitigate risks. Starting right here, right now, every single morning. It's truly remarkable how much control we have over our well-being through simple, conscious choices. That's the surprise I wanted to share with you, the sheer power you possess to shape your health destiny. One morning, habit at a time. It's an empowering realization. Isn't it that the secret to a healthier, more vibrant life, with a reduced risk of serious conditions like stroke, doesn't lie in complicated medical procedures or expensive supplements, but in these fundamental, gentle acts of self-care? I'm genuinely curious, which of these habits resonated most with you? Perhaps you've already been practicing some of these gentle morning rituals and have seen a positive difference in how you feel. Or maybe one of these insights has sparked a new understanding of your own morning routine. Please share your thoughts, your experiences, and your questions in the comments below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear, providing that little spark of inspiration or confirmation that truly makes a difference in someone's life. If you found this video helpful, if it sparked a new thought, or gave you a fresh perspective on your morning, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. It truly helps us reach more people who could benefit from this vital information. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're dedicated to bringing you more practical, empowering insights and compassionate guidance to help you live your best, healthiest life at every age, embracing every morning with vitality and confidence. Your mornings hold incredible power, a blank canvas for health and sustained vitality. Embrace these simple changes, make them your own, and truly live your best life. Vibrant, full of possibility, and with your heart and brain wonderfully protected. Every single day.